Hello friends, how are you? My name is Corbin Reed and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking you through 3 easy DIYs that you can do to either repurpose decor you already have to make it Christmassy or just do a DIY that's cost effective. So one of my favorites is under $20 and it is a super popular decor piece that's actually sold out everywhere that you really can't buy anymore, but goes for a lot more than what I made it for. So if that sounds interesting to you, then please just keep on watching. So the first DIY I'm going to be walking you through how to dye a wool throw blanket. So you first want to start out with hot water. I boiled some and also used hot water from my sink, then added a cup of vinegar to the bath as well as a little bit of Dawn dish soap, and that just ensures that you get a even dye. For the blanket I'm going to be using, I used 2. They're both 100% wool, and this is my inspiration from Lulu and Georgia, which goes for about $230. Mine are from IKEA and Etsy. This is a good dupe here. On Amazon, it's 100% wool and $30 if you'd like to try this DIY yourself. So I have a scarlet dye from Rit and cocoa brown from Rit. These go for about $3 each, and I'm really just winging it in terms of how much dye I put in the bath. I use a paper towel to test the color. If I don't like it, I add a little bit more of a different color. In this case, I wanted it to be less red and more burgundy, so I added more brown, tested it again on the paper towel, liked it, and left it. Then I simply add the blanket into the bath, put some gloves on, move it around to make sure it gets a nice even dye, and you're going to want to leave it in that bath for about 10 minutes minimum. And that's pretty much it for the first step. Now I'm just wringing it out and putting it next to the bath in the sink, and I'm adding the next blanket. I wanted the next blanket to be a little bit darker, so I just added a little more brown dye there, and then left this one in the bath for 10 minutes. And I did that because this has more orange in it, so I just figured more brown would take the orange out. And then the next step is to add a color stay dye fixative. This just ensures that the color doesn't bleed out, and you're going to want to fill the sink up again with hot water, and I just dumped the whole bottle of fixative in there. They say you just need a few tablespoons, but I'm extra. And then you leave it in there for 20 minutes, and by then the water should be coming out clear when you take it out of the bath, so you can tell the color's not bleeding. You can throw it in the wash too to ensure that I would put it on a cold so it doesn't shrink since it's wool, but you can just throw it in the wash to make sure that all the dye is completely out, and then let them air dry. And this is how they turned out. So they went from orange to this nice deep dark red. It's not quite as burgundy as the inspo picture, but I absolutely love the color. And I think if you're particular about your colors and you want like a new looking throw for the holiday season, wool is the perfect fabric. It's high quality, it's warm, it's cozy, and it looks luxurious and expensive as opposed to going to Target and buying like a Studio McGee blanket made of polyester. You can get the exact color you want and have this really lovely look for the holiday season. Next DIY, I picked up these nutcrackers last season from Hobby Lobby for about $3 a piece, and while I didn't mind the raw wood last season, I do this season, so I went ahead and used special walnut to stain them, and I just like the look of darker wood, and I just think they look more high-end and finished with a stain on them. So this is a super easy DIY. I'm literally just using these sponge brushes that I got from the dollar store, dipping them in the stain and staining the nutcrackers. You can also do a clear coat finish. I used polyurethane. I didn't show it on camera, but that just ensures that it has like a little bit of protection. And that's it. It took me maybe an hour to do, but I just think it looks a lot more high-end, and they are selling these on, high-end websites for upwards of $20, and you can get this done for a few bucks. And for the last DIY, this is inspired by these Studio McGee gold pomegranates that sold out. I got mine off of Amazon for $20. You get way more for $20. I got 6. So I am simply spray painting them with this Rust-Oleum spray paint that I got from Michael's. And you just basically want to go in spurts. You don't want it to go on too heavy. It dries faster, and also you just don't get like globs of paint. So I'm just spraying in spurts. I actually really like this gold color, and I think that this is a really high quality spray paint. It's stuck to the surface really nicely. And then I'm just turning them over after a couple of minutes. It dries on the canvas as it dries like to the touch in a minute. So you just gotta wait a minute, turn them over, continue to spray, and then make sure you get in the little like pomegranate stem holes so they're completely covered. And then I went in with this acrylic dark chocolate colored paint that I also got at Michael's for a few dollars. I'm using a paper towel, and I'm literally just dabbing it on with the painted side, and then using the other side of the paper towel to spread the dab that I just put on. So you want to go in dabbing motions and not wiping motions so that you get this sort of like antiqued gold leaf look, and it doesn't end up looking like you wiped on a bunch of brown paint. The dabbing just looks, I don't know, it looks more like gold leafing if you have an idea of what that looks like. It looks like the inspo picture that I showed you in the beginning. And here's a look at one that is finished. It just looks aged and a little more bronze. And here's a side-by-side comparison. Those are the ones with the brown speckled paint, and those are just the spray painted ones. So you can see there's like an age difference. And then I just styled these in a marble vintage bowl on my counter. I just love the festive touch. I love that it's like food related, but also holiday related. And it's just a really nice decorative element for my kitchen counter. But these would also look good on a console or coffee table or wherever you want to put them. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit that like button and the subscribe button. Be sure to follow me over on Instagram so you can keep up with all of the decorating and the DIYs and everything that I have coming your way this holiday season. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. Also, please, please, please let me know what your favorite part of this video was. If you try any of the DIYs, tag me on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever. And I just love to hear from you guys down in the comments. And it also just helps YouTube know that you guys are liking my videos. So that is helpful to me. Help me help you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.